Violent clashes at UCLA overnight. The latest tensions over Israel's war against Hamas.
A man accused of killing a 13-year-old boy during an Escondido DUI crash is scheduled for arraignment today.
Home prices continue to go up.
A new record for San Diego's median home price. Plus, will the Fed finally cut interest rates? The big decision expected this morning. It's 6 a.m. on Wednesday, May 1st, and you're up with CBS 8.
And thank you so much for joining us here at 6 a.m. on this May 1st. I'm Eric Connors.
And I'm Neda Irampour. Yeah, so glad you're with us here. Starting off a new month, getting ready for, a lot of exciting things in the month of May. Meteorologist Evan Arani joining us with the sunshine that also has been in your forecast.
Exactly.
Enjoying that.
Virtually daily, we are now enjoying sunshine, at least by each afternoon. It takes until the afternoon in some cases, but the last several mornings, Monday, Tuesday, were really good to us. Those clouds didn't take long to pull back. Today, they're stretching much farther off to the east, and that means we could be waiting an extra couple hours for the sun. In the meantime, overcast skies between now and about 10, maybe 11 a.m., and then p.m. sunshine will be the trend. Temperatures are near average, but coming up, we'll be talking about the chance for some rain in the forecast by the time we get to Sunday. Those chances start to climb. We'll also see some cooler temperatures. Details coming up.
Free Palestine!
That blast right there. We have breaking news to bring to you at this hour. Police are on scene at UCLA after violent clashes between pro-Palestine protesters and pro-Israel counter-protesters.
There were firecrackers and brawls near an encampment overnight. At least one person was taken away in an ambulance. In a statement on X, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass said the violence is, quote, absolutely abhorrent and inexcusable. Governor Gavin Newsom also says he is monitoring the situation. That is the moment New York police entered Hamilton Hall at Columbia University overnight, where pro-Palestinian protesters had barricaded themselves.
Dozens of people were arrested there. The school requested the help. Columbia University's president said the occupation and the encampments posed a clear and present danger.
Here at home, hundreds of students at San Diego State walked out of class yesterday, joining the protest against the war in Gaza. They are calling for the U.S. to stop sending funds to Israel.
You see this large crowd. Another group waved Israeli flags, held signs denouncing anti-Semitism. In a statement, SDSU says they, quote, must allow for constitutionally protected free speech and an individual's right to acts of peaceful protest. Turning to other news here now. Today, a man accused of driving drunk in Escondido, killing a 13-year-old boy, set to face a judge for the first time.
Police say the teen was in a car with his older sister and her boyfriend, who police say was behind the wheel. CBS 8's Regina Irita is live at the Vista Courthouse now. And Regina, that's where the suspect is set to appear here today?
Yeah, that's correct. The arraignment is for Alexander Tito Arroz. Police say not only did he drink underage, but he also proceeded to drive under the influence while his girlfriend and his girlfriend's little brother were passengers. He is now accused of killing 13-year-old Rodrigo Tapia Jr. Now, that crash happened on Saturday night. You can see footage of that accident. According to the Escondido Police Department, Arroz drove over the speed limit, ran a red light, and crashed into a truck on the intersection of North Broadway and Country Club Lane. When officers arrived on scene, they found 4 people injured. They were all taken to different hospitals. Rodrigo later died while at the hospital. Now, family members tell CBS 8 Rodrigo had been coming from a quinceañera just hours before his death. He went to Quantum Academy, was a straight-A student, played Little League, and had dreams of playing for the Padres. Arroz has been booked into the Vista Detention Facility. He's charged with gross vehicular manslaughter, DUI, and child cruelty. Now, Arroz is being held on a $500,000 bail. His arraignment is scheduled for later this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. We'll be covering this all morning, so stick with CBS 8 and, of course, check back on CBS8.com. That's latest here in Vista. I'll send things back to you guys.
Regina, thank you for that. And now, new this morning, look at this here. A yoga studio in Normal Heights is damaged at this hour after this crash. Look at what happened to the wall there. Viewer Anthony sent us this video from overnight. This was about 9:30 p.m. on Adams Avenue at 33rd Street. Again, this is in Normal Heights. We're working to find out if anybody was hurt and what may have led up to that crash. This morning, the Sheriff's Department needs your help finding this missing woman. Authorities say 28-year-old Paula Connolly is an indigenous woman from the Campo Indian Reservation. She was reported missing Monday night. Her car was found at a hotel in Jacumba. Surveillance video showed her walking from a Jacumba gas station to a park and ride. She has a large tattoo on her right shoulder of a flower covering a woman's face. Please call the Sheriff's Department if you see her. And today is International Workers' Day, or May Day, on this May 1st. It's a day to commemorate the historic struggles and gains made by the labor movement. People will march downtown to demand the minimum wage here in the city of San Diego be increased to $25. Another rally taking place at the federal building. In that rally, they're demanding free universal health care, housing, living wages, and an end to U.S. funding to Israel. A federal jury has ruled officers with the Chula Vista Police Department did not cause the death of a man in their custody. 4 years ago, the family of Oral Nunez called police after they said he was suffering a mental health episode. Instead of helping, the family says police used excessive force that led to his death.
I'm not sure if justice has been served. I feel numb. Right now, I'm just trying to process what just happened, and I'm just trying to deal with the grief.
That was his wife speaking there. In a statement, the city of Chula Vista says, quote, while we believe the outcome reached is just and that Chula Vista's police officers acted lawfully and reasonably, the Nunez family's loss is heartbreaking.
The superintendent of the Poway Unified School District has been fired. The family of a softball player at Del Norte High School filed a lawsuit last November that claims Dr. Marion Kim Phelps bullied the student and some of her teammates for supposedly not clapping loud enough for Phelps' daughter at a team banquet. Phelps has been on paid administrative leave since February. The school board voted to terminate Phelps immediately.
The investigation brought to light previously unknown evidence from witnesses with direct first-hand knowledge that contradicted Dr. Phelps' statements and assertions to the board, district staff, and the public.
The lawsuit filed on behalf of the student against Phelps is moving forward. The former Henry Clay Elementary School in Rolando has a new name this morning. It's now named after Dr. Bertha Pendleton, San Diego's first African-American superintendent and first female superintendent in the 90s. People wanted the change because Henry Clay, a 19th century congressional representative, was a slaveholder. Right now, San Diego County is extending its hotel voucher program for the victims of January's floods. The program was set to expire in May, but the Board of Supervisors voted to extend the program to June 21st. They're also allocating an additional $9 million to help people staying in hotels.
The time right now, 6:08, and yesterday the sun did come out in the afternoon. It was so nice. A good day for a playground.
It was.
Absolutely.
Lovely
Another
hour.
great one on hand today, except that we will be waiting just a little bit longer for those clouds to break.
We can be
So
patient.
We should be, considering it is May, and I know May Gray is what a lot of people talk about. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but yes, that's what we're working with this morning. Monday, Tuesday, that marine layer barely stretched off toward the 15 freeway. This morning, it is almost double that depth. We're all the way to the mountaintops, essentially, and then going to watch as those clouds slowly pull back. By the afternoon, though, PM sunshine is going to be a common theme. Upper 60s along the coast and across the mountains, 72 out there for your inland valleys, and 92 for the deserts. This is a live look from Mount Soledad that shows the overcast skies. Also want to note that sunrise was 8 minutes ago. Remember earlier and earlier sunrises. By Friday, if not the upcoming weekend, we'll be watching for sunrises in the 5 o'clock hour. So 5:59 a.m., 5:58. We'll start to see those sunrises come earlier and earlier. Sunsets come in at 7:31 p.m. If you're getting out in the water, 2 to 4 foot waves with a water temperature of 61 degrees. Still chilly out there in the water. Some spots are still coming in the upper 50s for water temperature. Risk of rip currents remains moderate, and we'll be looking for high tide coming at about 6:14 p.m. Low tide 10:54 a.m. When we look at what we have as far as your UV index, not as bad in the morning, right? So you get outside, get the morning workout in, but by the PM stretch, we're going to be very high on that UV index. When we look at your temperatures out the door right now, 61 for Oceanside. These are pretty uniform. Haven't changed around too much for most of this week. 62 for San Diego, 57 for Poway, and 54 for Ramona. Let's check in on how your roads are this morning. It is 6:10 on the clock right now, and we do want to take you to a crash that could start to cause some delays on the morning commute. This crash is on the 163 where it meets the 8. Number 3 and number 4 lane blocked with a crash. CHP is reporting that this was a crash between a Honda Civic and an MTS bus. So Again, number 3 and number 4 lanes blocked right now with that crash. Volume is still pretty light right now, so we're going to keep tabs on this because it could take a little bit of time for them to be able to clear this. And if it does take that time, then we could be seeing volume pick up and in turn some stop and go traffic out there. Let's check in on border wait times as you head out the door. 125. So that's your 125-minute wait for the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Over 2 hours you'll be waiting there. Otay Mesa Port of Entry is just slightly faster, 95-minute wait, so about an hour 35 in total.
All right, we are gearing up for Cinco de Mayo, so we are having a cup of coffee here at the Old Town Urban Market, but you may ditch that coffee coming up this weekend for some beer instead. We'll tell you how.